Hello, 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 my friends. How are you all tonight? Hello, Miss Angela and Stephanie and Miss Sally and Mary. How are you all doing? And Miss Sally, thank you so much for leaving your comment earlier this afternoon. I was having a serious moment of self-doubt about whether I was doing this the right way or not, or if I should do a standalone tutorial. And your message, it really made me feel like, okay, I must be doing something okay because you were able to do it and switched over to some cotton yarn. So I'm glad that you found something that works a little better for you. I'm glad that you were able to catch up, and thank you for taking the time to leave that message for me because it really did make my day. And Miss Deanna is here. Welcome in. And Deborah, how are you, sweetheart? I completely forgot to go grab the replay name, so I will do that after the live. So sorry, everybody. Uh, I got involved in watching what was going on over at Diana D. She had a little bit of a mystery bag sale at the end of her Monday Makes Live. So I was drooling over a few of the yarns. Some of the cakes that she was showing were just absolutely gorgeous. And to the people that won those mystery bags, you lucky girls, you. Hello, Misty. How are you, sweetheart? Well, I just, self doubt. I worry about everything and I over worry about everything. So sometimes, just a little kick in the pants saying, hey, I got it, just really helps out and really makes a big difference in my day. So I appreciate that very much. And Granny D is in the house. Welcome, welcome. It's great to see you. If you guys are part of my Facebook group, you might have seen that I've been sharing some of my younger sister's makes. She has been making some really nice stuff that some of it she gives away to random people, and sometimes she just leaves a button here or there for someone to find, and the buttons just let people know that they matter and that they're being thought of, which I know for a lot of us is something that really resonates. So if you guys are interested in maybe getting some of these some buttons to maybe pass out randomly to some people that you know or don't know, please do check out her link in my Facebook group page because I know she would really appreciate getting her name out there a little bit and spreading a little love and kindness as well. And she's fairly new to the this kind of crafting, and I'd like to see her find her thing that really brings joy to her life, and I think this could be it. I really do. Did I see Ganny Joe came in the room? Oh my goodness. And Karen JSP, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Well, I'm going to roll up my sleeves a bit so we can get into this. Now, excuse me, getting up close and personal. Go. Get to the right screen. Flip this around. Oh, thank you, Miss Stephanie, for gifting the membership. Let's see who got that. Check the YouTube side. And Miss Karen JSP got that. Congratulations. This one for this page. That's awesome. What are you all crafting on tonight? Are you working along with me? Are you crocheting, knitting, or just sitting back and chatting away? Love to know what you are up to while we're working on our project here. Now, I do not have a set plan on how far we are going to go tonight. We're just going to play it by ear and see what works, you know. And when we get tired or frustrated, one of the two, we'll stop for the night and continue on at our next live. And thank you very much, Miss Wanda, and it's great to see you, sweetheart. Still trying to pick the top. Well, I know once you pick the one that speaks to you the most, it will be absolutely beautiful when you are done. And hello, Michelle, how are you, sweetheart? All right, so we are going to come up to our square knot here. There we go. Lift that up just a wee bit. We're going to take the second middle leg and the outside leg, or the two furthest on this side. We won't need those. And we're going to take the first two out of our triangle here. And we are going to make one of these square knots like we did here. And to do that, we're going to make like the number 4. So this one goes across the top. This one goes over that one. And then underneath and through the middle. And I'm going to leave a little bit of space over here so that it can hang over there. And then we're going to go in the opposite direction. So backwards 4, and then over the top, underneath, and through that middle. Miss Fiber Jazz Rebecca. Hey, sweetheart. How are you? It's great to see you. And Jen Reeves. Hello, hello. Let me get Miss Fiber Jazz Rebecca wrote down. Sorry, I missed your show last week, Miss Rebecca. I was busy, busy, busy. But I did catch the replay. I think I did forget to comment. But I did get over there for the replay. And let's see. Come up. And for a $20 Super Cat Super Sticker, we pull a door from the house. And the only two that are missing are 21 and 24. So we have 1 through 31 minus 21 and 24. Miss Rebecca, if you'd like to choose a drawer, I will pull that out and add whatever that is to our giveaway for the month. And thank you very much for your donation. Oh, excuse me. Oh, Yeah, it's so hard to get to all the places. I try. Half the time my device is there, but I'm off doing something else, you know, running around the yard like a chicken with my head cut off, or we've been building chicken coops and expanding fence lines and burning out stumps and putting snow fence up so that the baby chicks, when they get here, they can't get through the fence line. And oi, it's go, 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 go. And by the time I'm done and I come in here at night, I ain't getting no kind of crafting done. I'm so tired. I just sit. But yeah, chasing Penelope, or she's chasing me, one of the two. For the little turkey. Uh, she decides um, that she wanted to scratch her back because, you know, piggy skin is quite itchy most of the time. And so she was going to use our little side table that we keep out in the yard. It's for the yard, to scratch her back. She's a little bit taller than she realizes. And well, our drinks went flying off the table. Our phones went flying off the table. Um, Penelope is a fan of coffee because my coffee spilled out, and she went running for it and slurped up as much as she could before I could get her out of there. And of course, you know, Coco and Khaleesi were trying to help her as much as they could. I can't corral all three of them. Oh, if we would have had the cameras going, let me tell you. All right, number 8, right here. Come out, little piece of paper. Here we go. Oh, can you see it? Let me see, let me see, let me see. You guys are gonna love this one. Whoop. I want you to see what this says 100% for sure before I go and grab it. If you can't read that, that says hand spun yarn. Go. Now I have caked this up already, but if you would rather have it hanged so that you can display it as something pretty, which wouldn't be my vote. My vote would be that when you get this, whoever wins it, make something up right away, because the yarn must be loved and must be made into something. So I will need a light again because of where I'm at in the room. Go. So this is approximately a 2 weight. I can run it through the yardage calculator so I can tell you the yardage when it goes out. But this is one of my hand spun and hand dyed yarns. I dyed this fiber using some food coloring and my wood stove, so it is extremely ecologically friendly, and will make something amazing. Hello, Miss Tina. And Miss Tina got a gifted membership. Awesome sauce. So I will put this up with our box that was picked out earlier. And when our winner wins, or when our winner gets chosen, they can decide if they want it caked or hanked, and it'll go out to them. Look at this. This is so awesome. We've got the nice green scenery right from our little ducky pond that we won earlier, and the mauve green in this yarn. They play so nice together. There we go. Now I think I need to double check, make sure I didn't miss anything, and I did miss stuff. My goodness. Miss D, thank you very much. Let me get you wrote down, and thank you so much, Miss D. And Miss Sally, thank you very much. I'm sorry, I did not mean to miss you. To work we go. Hello, Miss Yarn Bar. Welcome in, sweetheart. It's great to see you. And Miss Jen, how are you, sweetheart? All right, so now we are going to take the last two legs from our last knot we made and grab the next two legs on our triangle and make our double square knot again. So the number 4, yarn over the top, underneath, and pull through. And keep around the same distance from here to here as you did up here. It doesn't have to be absolutely dead on perfect, just a rough estimation. And again, on backwards 4, over the top, underneath, and pull it through. And then again, we're going to take those last two legs and the next two legs of the triangle and repeat. Missing 5 dummies. Yes, leave the DNA. How can I possibly study you without the DNA? Mm. Oh, Miss Christie is donating a special make to Dee's party. Ooh, can't wait to see that. I know it will be beautiful. That is generally one way to try to, that will sometimes work, not always, but sometimes work to entice me to actually enter a giveaway is handmade items. I get a get a little lovey-dovey. So we got our last two on this side, and then we're going to go to the middle square knot and work our way down. Yeah, it's always wonderful to see the friends, all of our friends, on Monday night. Now, I'm going to move you over just a little bit. We're going to take the two legs closest to the triangle and the upper two legs of the triangle, and repeat what we did on this other side on this way down. So the double square knot, and we're going to grab those last two legs, and then the next two legs, and repeat. And again, trying to keep roughly the same distance from here to here, as also from here to here on that side. Again, does not have to be perfection. Oh, Miss Chrissy, you're so sweet. You and Miss Stephanie both. I know I'm ready for spring. How you guys feeling about it? Been hearing some nasty weather around, which that's no fun. We've been having lots of rain the last couple of days, but such as spring. But I've got flowers up. My azaleas are blooming. All my trees are almost fully leafed out now. My gladioluses are up already. I planted some flower seeds last week. It's snowing for D. Yeah, I cut the grass last week, D. In the front yard because, the weeds were getting a little out of control. The grass, not so much, but the weeds were a bit out of hand. So I got out there and cut the front yard, and I ran out of time to get the backyard done. And it's been raining pretty much ever since. So I guess this week I'll probably end up going out and getting that backyard taken care of, what Penelope isn't doing for me. And we also extended the backyard once again. I was really naughty and got out there and did way more than I should have. And if you guys can hear me having a bit of an issue breathing tonight, I do apologize for that. I don't mean to sound raspy and whatnot, but I do have congestive heart failure, and I can definitely feel the water is sitting on me right now. So I've been having a little bit of a time, catching my breath and whatnot, but I'll be fine in a couple of days. I just need to take it easy and maybe double up on the diuretics and coffee a little bit and get some of this water off of me. Like I said, I do apologize if you can hear that. A reported tornado. Oh, yucky, Deborah. Now, see, we've been having around this area, they've been having all kinds of earthquakes. So that's been a little bit, unnerving. Now I'm going to take the two legs from here and the two legs from here and do a square knot on those as well. And you have to do it in this order where you go down this side, then down this side before you do these two. If you tie this knot before this knot, you won't be able to tie this knot. So timing is important, or the order of operation is important for this step. Go. Now we are going to hop on over to our second triangle and repeat what we did on the first triangle before we put our second row of double square knots in. Thank you guys. Much appreciated. I'll be all right. This is something I've dealt with for a very long time. So thank you, Miss Deborah. Yeah, when you get bogged down with fluid, it just kind of makes you feel a little sluggish and whatnot. It's not a painful feeling. It's just a little sluggish, a little more work involved in doing simple things, but it's definitely fixable and I will be okay. All right, so we're going to take that second side. Center, twist it up a little bit there. And now I'll show you what the next one here. A way that I should have showed you earlier, I guess. But a way to kind of double check yourself that you're tying on this side the same as you did on the previous side is when you make either the first, or I generally do it on the first step of the stitch, but I will go over and I will hold my yarn straight out. If it falls on top of that one, then I'm pretty close to being correct. Now, if it was up here and I'm above it, see this string is above this knot, then I know that I've gone too high over here. So you just loosen that up. Check again, we're even, and then finish your knot. And that's just a way to kind of visually double check yourself that you're not staying, going in rapidly or majorly different levels on your knots. Hello, James. Welcome in, sweetheart. And hello, Miss Nessa. How are you, sweetheart? Sorry if I'm bumping you guys around at all. I am hugging the tripod so that that you guys can see what it is I'm doing without my hands being too much in the way. So every once in a while, I got bits that stick out a little further than other bits, and I bump the tripod. That'll be the last one for this side, and then we will jump to the other side of our triangle. Oh, well, hello, Miss Noel. I tried to say Noel and hello at the same time. Obviously, that doesn't work. Thank you, Noel. They are so much fun to make, and they end up being so pretty. Makes a lovely gift or something nice just to decorate the house a little bit with something you've made. But macrame can also be very utilitarian, meaning that you can make things that are extremely useful for your household, like plant holders. You can make chairs and placemats and all kinds of wonderful things. Just like with crochet and knitting, your imagination is pretty much the only limit. Miss Cynthia, hello, sweetheart. Great to see you. Yes, nugs, nugs, my friend. And for anyone that doesn't go and hang out at Miss Cynthia's, you really should. She's awesome. She does lots of fun stuff over on her channel. But the nugs is a great big hug around the neck. It is something that I believe started from a bit of a typo. Or a slip of the tongue, but it stuck. And now over at Miss Cynthia's, we tell each other nugs all the time. It's just a fun way to express a little lovingness to our friends in the chat. Yeah, the tongue can speak faster than the brain. Mine does that quite often. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna loosen that one up just a smidgen. Down just a little. And then tighten it back up. There we go. And we're going to tie these two in the center now. Squirrel Ray! Granny D, thank you so much, sweetheart. She is. Miss Deborah is always so sweet. And hello, Miss Michelle. Welcome in. I'm gonna shake out the arms for a little bit. Get some some blood back down into the fingers. Christine, the Crochet Queen, welcome in, Your Majesty. Welcome in. Or Kristen, sorry. And thank you for bringing your people over, Granny D. Much appreciated. Oh, thank you so much, Granny D, for the gifted memberships. Yes, yes. Lots and lots of members. Let's see if I forgot to check out the ones that Dee had gifted. I missed that one. But I will check the replay later so that I can see who got them. Let's see. Oh, member for 5 months. Okay, okay. I misread that. Okay. It's so hard to see the screen way over there. Definitely time for some new glasses. But thank you so much for being a member for 5 months, Granny D. Very much appreciated. Right. You know, these old eyes and the glasses are always filthy. I tell you, I take them off and I clean them 10 million times a day and they're horrible. Of course, now you go outside for 3 seconds and they get covered in pollen. My car has gone from a real pretty blue to a funky yellow green with hints of blue undertone. The rain for sure. I haven't looked out to see how bad the wind has been. But it was bone chilling cold. I'll tell you what, when it starts raining in South Carolina and then it gets that temperature drops, that wetness in the air just makes that cold go straight to your bones. Right? That's what they do, right? You clean your glasses off, then the cat gets in your face. And then the dog gets in your face. Then the pig puts her nose on your glasses. I got down on the floor with her today. I brought her inside. I got down on the floor with her because my girls jump up on my legs. The piggy jumps up on my legs, and Miss Penelope, and so she jumps up and she's telling me she wants some loving. So I got down on the floor with her, which it's way easier getting down there than it is getting back up, but we manage. I was snuggling with her, and she comes and puts her nose right on the center of my glasses. Little turkey. Then she went over and found her button and asked for a treat. So what can you do, right? Hello, Miss Sandra. Welcome in. Oh, I just got a notification from Miss Yarnbarf. So after you guys are done watching here, you should definitely go check out Miss Christie's new video. Yeah, it's been pretty cold at night here. Right, yes. Penelope definitely loves her mama. She comes flying every time she sees me. She's so darn smart. And like she knows the routine. She knows what's coming up next from what we're doing. It's so funny. She is such a hilarious little girl. She's getting to be a little chunky monkey though, let me tell you. One of her favorite things is she loves some carrots and some taters, but she also really likes it when I make her up some eggs. She thinks that's wonderful. And then she goes out in the yard and grazes all day long, which is really nice because, she's helping me keep the grass cut down, just not fast enough for as big as the yard is. Another trip around the sun, huh, Granny D? It's a special thing. Yeah, we got lots of birthdays this week. We got Miss D Creative Hands is having her birthday, and Granny D's having her birthday. Got some pretty awesome people out here having birthdays. All right, we are going to do the same knot right here. Up, down here is up here. So I'm going to 2 legs from this knot and 2 legs from this knot. And we're going to do that double square knot again. This is just going to start off our second row. And again, approximately the same distance from one another. Oh, I almost went the wrong direction. Reverse it. And then we're going to take 2 from this one and 2 from this one. Again, roughly the same distance. It's always the outside 2 from both directions. I can never remember when all the star signs start and stop. My memory just isn't good enough. And what exactly all the traits of the star signs are. I do know, however, I am very Capricorn. I'm going to leave those alone now. And I'm going to pop over to this other side. So these 2 that were left on worked. And then the first 2 here. Repeat on the opposite direction. And again, the outside 2 and the outside 2. Uh-oh, what's wrong with Miss Deborah? Yeah, the rain was crazy today. Like, it was just nuts. But yeah, I think the ground really needed it, and it's going to wake everything up completely. The only thing I'm not looking forward to is when the pine trees really release their pollen and absolutely everything turns that funky color for weeks on end. Like when the pine trees here release their pollen, it literally looks like in certain areas like you're driving through dense fog. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yours is in the garage and still got a layer of pollen? Oy vey. Yeah, that's wild. Right? Now, start on this side so we can come down here. We're going to grab the last 4 strands and do that same knot again. To double check our space, we will go over to this 3rd row here. It lines up nicely. We will continue on with our knot. Hello, Miss Kim. Welcome in, sweetheart. Ugh, yucky. All that pollen. I mean, it has to be done. You know, the trees, all the plants need to release their pollen so that they can make more little plants and trees. But boy, does it have to be so much at once. Thank you, Miss Kim. I really love to do the macrame. I find it quite relaxing. But I like things that repeat and are symmetrical. It just brings me so much joy. But I can also let go enough where it's not 100% symmetrical that I don't, bug out about it. Okay, so we can do one more knot on this side. Oh, sorry about bumping you guys again. And then do one more knot on this side. Again, this is one of those order of operation deals where it only works if you do it in the right order. Because we did those correctly, we can do one more in the center right here. Uh-oh, I didn't have the camera on it. So sorry, guys. I will untie those. I'm going to untie those so you can see what I was doing. I'm so sorry. I didn't look at the camera. All right, so here's our second row. So we grab the last 2 from this one here, Last two from that one there. Do our knot. This is when it would be very helpful to have someone up with me to say, hey, silly girl, pay attention to your screen. And then we can come on the opposite side and do one here. Bumped you guys again. There. And then because we did that correctly, we can do one more center here. Go. Mere hipster cotton. Do you like it? I have heard of it. I have not personally used it myself. Let me get over to the giveaway screen real quick. Put our word in for the night. You're going to use the word party because we've been talking about all these birthdays, and that gets me in the mood to party. Also, just I am donating a bag, a random bag to Dee's for her birthday party is on Tuesday. So if you haven't got yourself a Queen's bag, that is a chance to get one. Not saying that that is why you should go to Dee's. Just saying if you're gonna be there, it's another reason to be there. Because Dee's an awesome lady and we want to celebrate her. And I had not heard yet if Granny D is doing a party or not. I will have to reach out to her and find out. It changes colors. Do you mean the colors bleed out, Nessa? Tuesday, March the 24th is the birthday party. Show up with your dresses on and your party blowers ready. Granny D, you're the party all in itself, right? You party every day with us. Almost every day now with the Granny D has her regular show and then she does the what's the heck the name of that? KC and the Moonshine Gang, I believe is the name of that little group that Granny D is a part of. Thank you, Tina. Very much appreciated. I just made a special set of bags for someone very special to my heart here in our community, and sent those off to her. I might show a picture of it. I might not. I already told her that she does not need to do a video. I just sent them to her because I absolutely love her and I wanted her to know that I see her. And, you know, so like I said, I'm not sure if I'll show the bags or not that I had made for her. It was a custom set that I just did a little something different than I normally do. It was a lot of fun to do, actually. Um, but I was able to use up the entire yard of fabric that I bought without having a bunch of scraps left over. So she has a special set just for her. And yeah, thank you, Miss Stephanie. And Miss Janice, how are you, sweetheart? Don't remember if I saying hello to you yet today, and I'm sorry if I missed you coming in. Well, Miss Tina, for our monthly things, you can be in Canada. I will send it to Canada because you know that's I use my the super chat, super stickers and whatnot like that to send out this particular giveaway that we do on our lives. And right now, if you were to get drawn, it's just a chance to win. It's you know, there's other people that have a chance, and I'm never going to tell you you have to enter because I understand, you know, because I don't enter giveaways myself, and I have had friends that they wanted to make sure that it wasn't anything, and so I understand if someone doesn't enter, so I will never pressure you to, but just know if you were to enter and if you were to win, I would have no problem whatsoever sending you your gift to Canada because our super chats and super stickers pays for that shipping. So that's the way I look at it. Our friends in the community that share a little love and send a little love my way basically make it possible for me to share a little love and send a little love someone else's way. And I very much appreciate it. And holy smokes, 29 in the house? I've become popular. Wow. Isn't that awesome? Love to see it. Love to see it. We are going to take and draw 10 names tonight because I want to and because I'm in the party mood. So we're going to draw 10 names. And just as a reminder, please do come back and leave a heart, a hug, a little hey, hey, had fun with you, whatever you want to leave at the end of the live in the comment section so that I can possibly pick you for a replay draw that also goes into our little list here. I do have to get last week's um, picked because I got partying with Diana D too long and completely forgot about it this week. Sorry. Oh, Miss Scandalous Creation, Sandra, thank you so very much, sweetheart. Or Scandalous, sorry. All right, I am about to flip on over to the giveaway screen, so I cannot see what you are saying while I'm on this screen. We are going to start drawing names. Remember, we are drawing 10 names, and this gives you a chance to get into the draw for the month, which already includes a skein of hand-dyed, hand-spun yarn. Congratulations, Miss Sally. After we do this draw, I'm going to complete the second row on the second side, and then we will call it a night for tonight. I just needed to give my arms just a bit of a break. Congratulations, Miss Jen. And then I think we will have maybe 2 more lives, and we should have this project completed. Congratulations, Miss Tina. Miss Sonja, congratulations. Love that picture too, Miss Sonja. Miss Joyful Cynthia, congratulations, sweetheart. I almost went and got another piggy this last weekend, but I did decide to hold off with everything going on. But I might possibly be going to get a little goat in about another week. Congratulations, Miss Michelle. Michelle J. Miss Sandra John. Congratulations. We got 3 more to go. Miss Granny D. Congratulations. Noel, congratulations, sweetheart. And Dee's Creative Hands, congratulations. Take that down. Whoop, whoop. Congratulations, my friends. Now let's finish this second side here. And then I'll let you guys run wild and free in the YouTube streets to see what's up elsewhere. Again, we're going to take these last 4 strands and do our double square knot. Just a little bit. There we go. Do her again. work our way down to the bottom just like we did on the other side, and then we'll create those last 3 knots. Well, 6 knots, I guess, if you technically, because each knot is made of 2 knots. I think they're so pretty. And there's so many useful knots. Like, of course, because I've been talking about macrame, my feed has been showing me a lot more macrame, and there's quite a few stitches that I have not yet tried. Very much interested in trying them. And it's also been showing me the monkey's fist, which is a self-defense device that you can make with paracord and some sort of ball. That was quite interesting. Quite interesting. I think that would be kind of fun to learn how to do. So I went and found a jig, what's called a jig, for making them. And I put it on my list so that next time I have funds available for craft experimentation, I'll be able to find it. And yeah, a self-defense device, because essentially you put a metal ball in the center of some paracording, I think is what it's called. And when swung at someone or something, I should say something, it can, well, greatly increase the amount of defense you can put out for yourself. You know, if someone makes you mad, you can give them a good see, Kim knows what I'm talking about. She made them back in Girl Scouts. There we go. And if we look back, that is where we are at so far. So when you finish your second row, you should have something that resembles this. Of course, your color and yarn size will make it a little bit different, look a little bit different, but this is the shape that you should have. There we go. Wonder if you make a covered button. If it would. I'm not sure. Matt, the rocking crocheter. How you doing, sweetheart? Yeah, that's probably true, Matt. That's probably true. Some places don't allow you to defend yourself. Um, as a lady that has ended up in some situations that were scary, I think having something that can help you get away from a situation is a handy thing to have. Hello, Miss Samantha. Welcome in, sweetheart. It's great to see you. Well, thank you, James. I much appreciate that. Next week, we're going to make a giant square knot. using a bunch of strands, but don't worry, I promise you it is only scary if you think about it that way. You can definitely do it. The more strands doesn't make it any harder, it just makes it bigger. And Miss Sam's Yarn Basket, welcome in. Sorry I missed saying hello to you earlier. Yeah, this is about the only project I have worked on other than a little bit of knitting while at my motorcycle meeting that I've really done in the last couple of weeks. So thanks for keeping me crafty, y'all. I appreciate it. I've been having a hard time keeping up in the craft room here. Oh, working on a blanket. Can't wait to see that all done. I am drinking coffee, Miss Samantha. It's not a good idea for most people to drink coffee this late at night, but I, luckily enough, don't get affected by caffeine, so I can have all I want. But I make my coffee in a pitcher in the refrigerator. I make it cold. My coffee is cold brewed, so my coffee isn't bitter like hot coffee. So you got all the great coffee flavor without that bitter after bite, uh, because of not forcing the flavor out of the beans with the hot water. Uh, so I really enjoy it. I also use a little bit of peppermint mocha creamer as well as some of the peppermint star candies, a little squirt of chocolate. Usually I use specialty dark chocolate, no sugar, and some ice. I throw that in the blender, make myself like a coffee slushy. It's absolutely wonderful. And even though my cup is kind of funky looking because I put it in the dishwasher and the paint chips off, keeps my nice cold coffee nice and cold for as long as I need it to. For dinner tonight, we had crunch wrap tacos. If you've ever had crunch wrap tacos from Taco Bell, it's basically a soft shell tortilla that you put all the taco stuff inside, and you also put a corn chip inside or a tostada. And so you have the wonderful taco flavors with just a little bit of crunch and a little added extra bit of some nacho cheese sauce. So they are very, very yummy. Well, I am very grateful to have you here, Miss Sally, and so thankful that, you know, my greatest fear is when I make something to share with others and then nobody makes it. If just one person makes it and shows me that they were able to do what it was that I was showing, that to me is like the most special thing in the whole wide world. I don't know why I get so giddy about it, but I do. I just absolutely love when people make the stuff that I make, or follow along some of the stuff that I make. With my channel name, Miss Samantha, I came up with my channel name. It kind of has evolved. It started out as just my name, and then it got turned around where, because my fiance has always, since the day I met him, he has called me his queen. And because of him calling me his queen and always talking so very highly about me and being very interested in the things that I do and the things that I make and the things that I have to say. He's always made me feel very, very special. And because of that, I have been able to grow in self-confidence, which is a very important thing in life, to have confidence in oneself. And being known as his queen gives me a lot of self-confidence. And so Queen's Crafts was born after I was Queen's Crochet, because all I knew how to do was crochet. And then I learned how to knit. So I had to change it to Queen's Crochet and Knit. Well, then I learned how to do a whole bunch of other crafts. And so to be true to the channel's name and to be true to the things that I really love to do, which is just about every craft that I try, I just decided to make it Queen's Crafts and make it very general like that, because there's no telling what I'm going to be working on from one day to the next. I might strip down some furniture and sand it and refinish it one day, and then the next day I'm diamond painting, putting puzzles together. We're doing macrame, crochet, knit, weave, playing with beads in many different styles. I just really love to make pretty things and share them with my friends. So that's how we got here. That's how we got the name. Yes, he is truly a very wonderful, very sweet and loving man. The very first time that I met him, he opened up the door for me at the mall, and he smiled at me so that we ended up talking. And then we went and had well, he bought me a coffee and we sat and we talked for hours. Just sitting in the mall in the food court, just talking. And this little old man, and I say old man because he was probably very late 70s, early 80s, comes shuffling up to us. And he smiles so big. And he says, I need an invitation to the wedding. I had just met the king that day for the very, very first time, because I was walking out of the mall when he was walking into the mall. So, you know, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Let's see, favorite craft. I would have to say, in general, it's the one that I'm working on at that time. Because I just get joy out of everything that I do. It doesn't matter if I'm fishing or I'm crafting or I'm playing with the little animals, or even if I'm cleaning their pins out and doing icky dirty work. Like, I just love life. I'm very happy doing life, you know. But if I really am 100% honest with myself, and I think about, if I had to give up my crafts, which one would I miss the most? Which one would hurt my heart the most to not be able to do? And that would have to be spinning for me. It's one of the ones that I learned later in my crafting journey. I only learned to spin probably about 4, maybe 5 years. No, yeah, about 4 years ago now, maybe close to 4.5. But it is the one that it would really break my heart if I couldn't spin anymore, because I can have like a really rough day, and just be really going through it emotionally, which happens. We're female. We have, emotional days. And sometimes, life just gets us all riled up. If I sit down at my wheel and I take just 20, 30 minutes to make on some yarn, spin up some yarn. I am so relaxed and so at ease by the time I'm done spinning that half the time I don't remember why I was upset in the first place. So I would have to say that's probably hands down my true hardcore favorite, just because that's the one that I would miss the most. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love crochet. Crochet has got a special place in my heart. It's something that my grandmother did. She tried to teach me when I was little, but I was so nervous I just couldn't do it. But then, I was able to crochet a little tiny kitty cat for my grandma. And I made her a little dress, and she put that kitty on her stand. And she looked at it every single day, and it made her so very happy. She always made blankets. She never read a pattern. She would just see someone's crochet work somewhere, really like it, go home and recreate it. That's how she learned to crochet. That's the only way she knew how to do it. So when I was able to come back to her all those years later and show her that I had finally learned to crochet, and not only that I had learned to do things that um, she had never even heard of before in crochet. And she even shared some of her yarn with me. I have it in the closet that you can see back there, put up in a special little spot because, well, it was grandma's, and it's going to have to be a really special project, even though it's only, it's acrylic yarn. Um, and it's some really old acrylic yarn, but it's going to have to be something really, really special because it was grandma's yarn. Yeah. And I made my father a family of mice for his grandfather clock, and he's got them set inside and outside, going up and down his grandfather clock. Because of hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock. When I seen those little mice, the little mouse pattern, I just had to, because they look just like little mice. And let me tell you, I've always liked mice and rats and stuff like that. I've had pets, mice and rats. But making those little mice and having their little body parts laying around on the table, a little bit creepy. Little bit creepy. Yes, ma'am, Miss Samantha. I live in South Carolina. I'm about 45 minutes from Georgia and about 2.5 hours from North Carolina. So not too far from lots and lots of fun places. Yeah, I'm originally from Wisconsin, but I moved to South Carolina back in 2012. And then I moved to Charleston, which is the very first city I've ever lived in. I am very close to Miss Cynthia, Samantha. Actually, very, very close. Probably only about 45 minutes. Actually, half hour, 45 minutes. Yeah. Oh, I love it, Noel. That is all, Mr. Jingles. Oh, that movie. That movie just, it breaks my heart. What a good movie. But, every time I watch it, I just cry like a baby. Well, Samantha, I live really close to Lexington, South Carolina. I'm not going to give the exact location, but I'm very close to Lexington, South Carolina. Yes, the Green Mile. I tell you, John Coffey. Oh my gosh, Michael Clark Duncan did the thing. Mm. He did such a good job with that movie. And what a sad story, his life. Such an amazing actor, and to come from, living in his car to landing such a movie role, and to work with so many amazing actors. They don't make movies like that anymore. It's so sad. Yeah, yeah, Michael Clark Duncan. Oh, everything I've ever seen him in, he is such a great big fella. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, definitely don't want mice when you got little mousers for kittens. That's for sure. Yeah, he definitely was a gentle giant. I watched one time a little documentary, and he said he was so scared, even though he knew that initial scene coming into the movie, even though, he knew in his mind 100% all of this is fake, we're acting. He said that first initial scene just scared the ever living daylights out of him. And I can understand why. I really can. I think that that would be quite unnerving for sure. Yeah, Charleston is a beautiful place, but too big for me. Too many people. Just everybody's on top of everybody. I get a dose of it though when I go down to see my sister. Because she lives down. The nearest airport would probably be in Columbia, South Carolina. Well, that one's actually, it would probably be either Columbia, South Carolina, or maybe Augusta, Georgia. I think there's an airport in Augusta, but a small one. I'm not sure. I'll say Columbia, Samantha, because I'm not 100% sure if Augusta has one or not. I know the last time that I got on an airplane from down here, it was actually better for me to drive up to Charlotte, North Carolina, and get on the plane to go where I was going, because otherwise they wanted to make a couple different stops, and it was only a couple-hour flight, so I didn't see any reason to make a whole bunch of stops. Smudge is a great mouser. Oh goodness. See, now Miss Sassy has gotten one mouse in her mousing career, and then she wouldn't eat it, so I had to give it to the outside mice. They were thankful though. A little field mouse had gotten in the house, so we don't want them in the house. If they're in cages and they're pets, I don't mind those, but I don't want any little mice running free around the house. Yep, Diane Majors in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's awesome. Yeah, she's not too far from me then. And Miss Deborah will be here. I believe it's this weekend coming up. It's either this weekend coming up or next weekend. I can't remember for sure right now. But Miss Deborah's coming to visit me. So getting all geared up for that, getting all excited. Hopefully it'll be nice outside so we can spend some time with Miss Penelope out there. Yeah, I think the Charlotte airport is quite a bit bigger and has more direct flights. I'm honestly I'm not quite sure why Columbia is the capital of South Carolina. To me, it really ought to be Charleston. There's so much more in Charleston than there is in Columbia. not only to do, but just like things that are available to everybody. There's just so much more in Charleston than there is Columbia. I don't believe I got an email, Miss Cynthia, but I will double check when we get. No, if you sent it 2 weeks ago, I didn't get it. Sorry. And heck yes, I'm down for a play date anytime. Just let me know when's best for you. The only restriction I'm gonna have is if the weather is icky when the king goes to leave for work, or is going to be icky when he's on his way home from work. Unfortunately, he has to steal my car. And I can't drive the motorcycle by myself. I can't reach the ground. And that's kind of like, part of one of the laws. You have to be able to reach the ground and stand up on the bike when it stops. And our bike is way too big. Oh, Stephanie got some grandbaby lovins. That is definitely better than being at alive, Stephanie. No reason to be sorry for that. American Beauty was a really good movie. Now the actor in it is a scumbag in real life, but the movie was really good. Okay, Miss Cynthia, I will keep an eye out for that, or you can shoot me a text too, or give me a buzz whenever you want. Um, right, you have to be able to pick it up. That's for sure. I hopefully will be able to get a bike one day, but you know, got to get some other things, the needs taken care of first. All right, Miss Sally. Good night. Yeah, I'm probably going to head out of here too, guys. It's been an hour and a half, hour and almost 33 minutes. So we will meet up again next Monday night where we will do our center bit here and then start working on the bottom half of our design. I look forward to being able to do that with you all. And until next time, I truly hope that you are crafting your happiness, my friend. Good night.